help support my channel. I have merch with terrible dinosaur puns on it, and I also have a Patreon where I have giveaways every 4 months. Hey everyone, and today we're going to be reviewing the new Papo Compsognathus. That one. You wouldn't believe I actually spent like 10 minutes having a YouTube video on replay practicing how to say that. I still can't say it. So, we'll just ignore my lack of being able to say complicated words ability, and we'll just go on calling this guy the Compy. Okay, so I don't know how new this dinosaur model is. I just know it's new to me in Australia. So I recently visited the Natural History Museum in Brisbane, and this guy was on proud display for sale. And this is, of course, a Papo. And he cost me $27.95 here in Australia. So there's that. So he is an expensive figure considering how tiny he is. But the tininess I absolutely love. And in true Papo fashion, this model is just stunning. Like this paint job. It has got dry brushing effects, it's got a little wash going on, it's got transparency in some of the skin, it's got a gloss on the eyes. It is stunning. I love this model. So it doesn't have posable arms, which some Papos do. This one doesn't. This one does have a posable jaw though, which is kind of really cute. So he's not very big at all. As you can see the size of my hand, he fits nicely in it. So actually, if I grab my Rex model, if you give me a sec, I'll grab my Papo Rex. Okay, so let's move the Compy aside. Let's zoom the camera out. Because we got a Rex to fit in here now. So, of course, this is the Papo Rex, the beautiful Papo Rex. I got this one in Japan, which cost me 5,170 yen, which, $60 Australian, I guess. So that's a Papo Rex, and if we compare the size, the Compy's still a pretty decent size, but so much more adorable. So, like, if we compare these two, I definitely think, because this is an older Rex, this is a few years old, this Rex now at least, and they've definitely upgraded their painting and their sculpting skills here, because there is a vast more realisticness with this Compy than there is with the Rex. The Rex is kind of a cartoony, sort of game-like take on the Rex. If you get what I mean here, like the paint job's got less colours to it, and the whole sculpt all over it's got kind of that, I think it's called the glad wrapping effect, where you can see the bones under the skin. They've kind of not added soft tissue under the skin. I think that's what they call that in paleontology, where they glad wrap over the skin. Whereas you come to the Compy and there's not much of that going on at all. There's a little bit around the hip, and they maybe could have added a bit more to the nose, but that's all speculation. We don't actually know how much soft tissue the Compy had around its face and so on, but the paint job's definitely vastly improved from this Rex to this Compy. And the sculpting too, like the scales are a much more softer, nicer effect. All the skin tones have layers to them, so there's believability that there's veins running under this guy. It's actually a really nice, realistic paint job. I'm actually super impressed, which is why I snapped up this guy without thinking much about the price tag. I was like, this model is stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. And it's big enough to be like a baby version of the Compy. Not quite life-size Compy, but it could be a baby one. So, as you all know, with my channel I customize my dinosaur models and stuff like that. I don't think I'll actually be doing it with the Compy. I think the most I'll be doing with this guy is adding a little bit of gloss to the end of the mouth, so there's a bit of saliva in there. The rest of it I think I'll just keep the way it is. I'm pretty happy with this model. It's perfect. I'm actually very happy with it. It's stunning, it's adorable. Like, I don't even want to add this guy to an environment because I kind of want to just be able to pose this guy with my little chibi Kano. Which I'll go get him for you so you can see them together because they're adorable. Okay, so here's Chibi Kano, the mascot for my channel, Chibi Hypokano. I also found this little guy. So these guys came with it wasn't the Amber collection, it was the Jurassic World, I forgot what it was called, but it was the Jurassic World collection where they went back through the Jurassic Park collection and redid a lot. These guys came with Alan Grant and Robert Muldoon, and I actually found it quite hilarious that these guys can grip onto the Papo Compsognathus tail. Sorry, bit immature, but I found it quite hilarious. Anyway, enough of that. So I think these two would make quite a nice pair, so I don't think I'll be customizing this guy. I think I'll just keep these two as they are. Well, this guy obviously is already a customized model of mine. But yeah, the Papo Compy, I really highly recommend. It's pretty darn adorable. Like, I'll get in closer to the camera for you guys so you can see the adorableness that is this compy. It's so cute and so realistic. Like, the skin is hard, like this is solid plastic, but I can't get over how they've painted this so well that the skin looks soft. Like, to the eye, that skin looks so soft. Like a snake skin, if you catch my drift. And as an artist, like, when I try to do my custom models, I try to make sure that your eye can feel what I'm trying to interpret onto my art pieces. Because part of the experience is being able to feel things with your eyes. As crazy as it sounds, your eye can usually determine whether something is soft or not before you actually touch it. And this is achieving that. Like, the skin should be a little more softer to the touch. Not as in soft as fur, but as soft as in if I push on that, it's going to sink in a little bit. Not really though, because it's obviously hard plastic, but that's what the paint job is doing really well at, is interpreting that there's veins and soft tissues under that. They've painted this so well. This is really well done. Like, there is a few other companies that should watch out now because Papo's catching up. Nanmu for one, because Nanmu is currently my favourite dinosaur model company, and because its models are so stunning. They don't have many models, but the ones they do are just mwah. This is that level. This tiny little compy is the Nanmu level. The only thing this doesn't have that Nanmu has is Nanmu's teeth on their dinosaurs have a slight transparency to them, which is the only difference. This is pretty much Nanmu quality. So, well done, Papo. This is stunning. So I'll leave it at that. I'm really happy with this guy, and it's like one of the few models I've come across that I won't be customizing. I absolutely love it. It's stunning. So yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye!